Good morning, friend. This is Jeff Arcus. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we are Monday, 1st of July 2019. Remind you this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice to anyone. This is only an education presentation. Please consider term and condition before you continue. Same when you're receiving the recording. As well, I thank God for another day into my life and I pray His blessings today. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so here we are again, another week. One week is gone, another week is coming, and let me open actually the doc about what we sent last week. The results of 2019 as is finished. We have finished the year. So this is the second quarter. April was quite nice month with 690. May was good. June come down very much, and you see the change that we did last week about focus on the two weekly and daily entries has actually improved. So at the end of the day, we still ended up with a very nice 3,500 pips. And, as this is just one standard lot size. So if we put a half a lot size, that would be half of what we see here. If we put in just at $2 a pip, not necessarily to be $10, $1 a pip, still 3,500 for the year, and just really put in there. So this is June. So we saw that in week 2 and week 3 we did have some struggles because the weekly was no going anywhere. It was 1 week up, 1 week down, 1 week up, and 1 week down. And we start missing a lot of opportunities into that. And this is when now we introduce the daily here and look the results. Remember, I told you last Monday we will see more trades this week, and we will see and quite good. And we did actually find quite nice. Now, what is interesting in this week, I did few mistakes around. I missed some trades like the Australia, US, New Zealand, New Zealand, a little bit New Zealand, US, and at the end of the day, we still ended up with a positive balance there. So that's, quite good that you don't need to be perfect, and with the modification with that, and especially with the EA. How many of you are enjoying the retracement now that we have? So that's the first second quarter. That's a saying January, February was a big surprise for us. The market runs very high. The weekly candle close did work excellent in that. March was a bit slow. I guess all the money is gone by that time. And that was 6,000 pips. That was a record over there. So when we see 6,000 pips in first quarter and we see the second quarter of the year, 3,000, that's 9,000, 10,000 pips, at $10 a pip, there's 100 grand there. You can just say, okay, I'm not working the rest of the year. So that's, an early holidays for that. So anyway, so let's keep the work over there. So that was the winners, the losses. So as we see, the implement the daily figure, and this one was because of the EA keep. We have now what are actually going to leave us a default a 30 pips a stop loss with 150 target, and this is what it was keep. Got the 150, went back again to the midline, entered a new position, another 150, went back again, and now I think it's 60 or 40 pips. Someone is still running that one, the pound New Zealand. So that's yeah, that's quite good strike the midline. Still into yeah, it's still working so okay. So we're gonna review over there. So and this is what we want to see. We don't want to be just when a system only gives us winners, that's something wrong with the system because you say, oh no, this is working all the time. That's when you go over trading and suddenly it will be the other way around. What we don't want to see is minus 1,000 and plus 176. And really, even the weeks that it didn't work, the weekly candle close, we ended up with 200 pips in that week. The other week, we ended up with 200 pips as well. So, and that's where we come and say, no, we got to change the thing. And now that's the results that we got over here. Okay, so we finished that save. And let's now start our day. We got some changes around as well. which is you already have the chats that I said. Now it's gonna be from time to time when I just only send the chats, and maybe the webinar will do a recorded later in the day, because what I want to as well do that everyone will actually see what I see without my input in the morning. So people receive the chats. Yeah, that's I know what Jeff is doing here. I'm going to just duplicate exactly what is there, and I think by now no one will have any doubt of how the system works. So it's a lot of news, all our mild news. As we see, G20 was in this weekend, and we see the good news about Mr. Trump with Kim Jong from North Korea shaking hands, which is good. Is at the end of the day, who wants a war? No matter what happened, talking we can fix things. A war will completely, set back every single country at the moment, and I don't think so. The budget of any country is ready to go into war, isn't it? So that was I was pleased to see that shake hands. Maybe it's a Judas one, but at least something good has happened. So we got with the Chinese at 11:45. Caixin manufacturing PMI is not changing between the forecast and the previous. So we'll see. Maybe that one it won't be much. We got some OPEC meetings today. It's all late actually. Don't know what is related with that one there. And are usually in Vienna and are tend to represent the 15 oil-rich nations. So that might be the Canadian could be some affecting that as yeah. So there's the 15 oil-rich nations, and that could be one. Venezuela what would be one of those ones that in bold. The OPEC nation represent 40% of the world's oil supply and unifying the oil production levels with so much control. Organization petroleum exporting countries. So we see that what's gonna happen. Canadian at the moment is still Canadian. What is the still doing now? We have this week um, still a bit stronger. So in there. We what we notice in the weekly list is actually the New Zealand, Australian, Canadian, which is the three commodity currencies, are actually strong this week. So, and the rest is weak. So we'll see how that affect the market over there. All right, so that's there. And after midnight, we have ISM manufacturing PMI. The forecast and the previous is the same, so the US is still sort of kind of in the bearish side at the moment, and we'll see that one there, and then nothing more after. That's at 12 a.m. Okay, so let's have a look. That's the dollar in his move. So we did find that, I think Thursday was that one they set up. So um, maybe for my friend Lawrence, well, when we do the when I show you more of the system, how why we're using the something is wrong here. Okay. Um, so we're going to the 1 hours to see the market is pulling up. So I'm just gonna put in a safe level. Somewhere there is the market is still not open at the moment, so maybe for the futures market, so that's where it is frozen. So we're still looking very now. We finished June, and look where we are now. Is that a double top with a three candles down? So that is going to be now. We say that every high, every low has his breakout point. So we got a high from here, and it would draw the one there. This is where we are at the moment. So we definitely break, even if we go in the line chart, we see that the break has happened, and even from that, the market breaks, came back, and now is um, now retested it again, put it over there, and now we are closing below the the current price, and the trend line is in place. So is this the future of the dollar now, so maybe we have to ask him, Mr. Trump. So if that is true, that could be targeting on the monthly. So the 168 would be there. No, the market is not open yet, so the future market. So, but that could be there. So that's the daily target. That's the monthly target. I don't see the weekly yet to do, but that's now that makes a lot of sense. Now we still have 6 months of the year. Is this what the run is going to happen? So as we say, the dollar has no going nowhere for the last from here to there, 7 months. So it's a long time the dollar consolidate. We look at the weekly, it's just been terrible. So this is when the weekly candle close doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and that's what and implement. A very quick rule for my friend who doesn't know much about what we're doing over here at the moment. So what we try to do is everything that when it match the RSI and the CCI about the 50, we're looking to buy, and everything that is below and below together, we're looking with minus 50 to sell. So that's a sell, that's a buy, and that's we do nothing. We go fishing through the channel, so we don't execute trades through here. We just leave it on. That's what I call commodity channel index indicator. So yeah, and that's all because of trend lines breakout. So whenever we find it, index meta help us to define those trades, and that was the last pullback we have. So when up comes down here, and that's why we trade. All right, so that's just a quick review so you understand a little bit of what we're doing today. Monday normally is a bit longer the webinars because there's a lot of things to catch up, but that's the dollar that we have today. So we'll see the dollar is still in the minus 46, so it's number 7. Still a lot of currencies winning against, especially the Australian, Canadian, New Zealand would be taking big time. Last week, it was a big move for that, and that's a lesson for us to learn. As soon we see a big, day breakout is sticking outside there, we just need to pull the trigger. Especially if we have the midpoint line as an entry, I don't think so. We should hold it anymore. We just see that we know the worst thing can happen is just get a stop out, but the stop loss will be little as we see it compared to the winners. Okay, so that's the dollar. So let's now look the currencies for today. That's week 27. So we got the New Zealand yen. So we're going through the list, and the list here is very simple as well. Just that I hope so people don't mind. So what I normally do is this is the weekly because this is the biggest number, so it's sorting in the number. So we try to get the strongest against the weakest. So New Zealand, comes with a yen over here, and New Zealand is strong. Then we comes with a pound, which is pound New Zealand over there. Then we come with the Swiss, and where is the pound Swiss here? Oh, pound Swiss is there. Oh no, sorry. I doing. Oh no, New Zealand. Sorry, New Zealand. I say pound New Zealand. Uh, pound New Zealand Swiss. We don't look to trade that one. And then New Zealand US. That's how it is. Sorry, New Zealand. That's what New Zealand US is there. And then Euro New Zealand is over here. Then I jump to the Australia, and now you notice here that this is hedge. I forgot to put the hedge over there. So which is high probabilities, and a high probability is because these are strong versus a weak. But when we mix Australia and New Zealand, both are strong, both has positive numbers, so that's a low probability. Now the reason that Australia and New Zealand is bearish is because the New Zealand is still the strongest in number. So the number makes now the color continue going in that direction. And that's how I do with the yen. That's how I do with Australia. So, and that's the watch list. 22 currencies. We don't trade at once all the 22 currencies, just when the opportunities happen that. Now, this one's, we did that trade last week right over there, and we got the target now. Sometimes people say, oh, Jeff, why you close on Friday? Look what you're missing now. Big move for the market. But did anybody knew about that? When sometimes it's happened, it gaps, below the market, and suddenly, 100 pips is gone. Now we need to close the books as well for June. So plus, you got a what they call commission. they call if you leave positions open, especially on the sell area, you pay swaps. That's what they call. And yeah, sometimes the habit of closing your position, whatever is going to happen next, who cares? So this is something that we can implement that, and it's been working quite good, isn't it? So we did that trade as you saw in the Friday, Saturday chats with closing down. Saturday close. I normally wake up 6:30, 6:45 to look how they're doing. It's not even 10 minutes before, and then I say, yeah, I need these pips for the balance. I need these pips and close, 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 and then. But if I would have leave open, look, it would be a nice gap over there. But this is when we say we need to learn to take the profits out, otherwise we get stuck, so that's New Zealand yen. We need to wait for the retracement. Everything is now on the buy scenario, and with the New Zealand and this is New Zealand US. Got wrong here. Let me correct now that one there. I don't know what happened with this one. Where are you? Here it is. So that was New Zealand yen. And it's not much different. As I said, always these two currencies normally travels together. So you will see that it's not really much of the, yeah, as you say, it's the same 25th, everything it was in that place. So I will fix that tomorrow, that one there. So yeah, so that was a quite nice trade. So we got the pips in that one there, and we happy with it. Pound New Zealand was another one as well that we did right from there. Now we're looking here that the weekly actually was quite strong, but because we find something against the strength of the market, so we decide to trade over there. Everything's there. So minus 50, below 50, and daily candle close. And when we look in the pound New Zealand, it was here on the daily as well on a short side. Weekly was short side. So everything was screaming to us, get me short, and we did, and we got the pips over there. And this is actually what it did. That if you look in the things, it got 150 when turning up, part again, another 150, and then just continue doing the killing. Now it's not bad idea. I don't know. Now 150 for these currencies is not a problem, but if we do the Australian, New Zealand, or US, Swiss, or then maybe we can do 120, and then we're still in a very nice win ratio reward. We still 1 to 4, so we can lose 3 positions, and that, and it's still making the recovering plus the pips in there. That's a great idea. The 30 150 for this, and 30 120 for the volatile, and then just take the profits as it goes. New Zealand US. Now what happened in New Zealand US? I'm still running that one over here. um, After we did some trades, and actually, I did not incorporate those ones there, and the I forgot just completely. I don't know, but this one is still running at the moment, as you see. So it came to the midline. So this is something that we do. We command the EA to search in the midline, and as we're looking from here to there, it's at least 20 pips with the 5 pips about, and this is what I like. The market comes, dips over there, and then it takes the order, and then from then we're trailing every day. So New Zealand US, I forgot to change that. We still, because of that move over there, but before that we did some trades as well through here, and I didn't actually incorporate that. But look, that's okay. Let's keep that one in the hiding books. We know that we always do. Now here we need to wait for a pullback. This is now the line. This is possible, could be the GC um, point. And yeah, now it's patient, isn't it? Just wait for the trade. Don't try to make the trade over there after the market has run an unbelievable run. You see here going really nowhere and suddenly kick it. It's just incredible. Euro New Zealand. So that it is, the weekly is up, and here we find a nice trend line, which is the copy of that trend line. So how to draw trend lines is very a key point, by looking to that and the market, that right in the day, which is the 26th of June. and the Euro New Zealand as well, the 26th of June was on the negative side. So everything was in that place when we did the trade. The Euro New Zealand gave us some pips as well. And we close out those trades over there. So now we're waiting here. The market is now clear. We got a 1 week down, and that's important, that week over here. So the month now is down. We are in the GC strategy, and that, if we do the targeting, that could be a big run. So that's a very important. So June could be a key month for everyone who wants to put the trades over there. So that's there, that's here, and ready to this week. Just wait for a pullback. This one was still open on Friday, but the market gaps up and excuse me, got I don't have here my fisherman's tablets. I love fisherman's. I'm gonna pause recording, and the numbers is sticking. Yeah, so that's there. Now I guess we just continue looking the direction of the weekly is down. Wait for a pullback. Now I have to modify that because now we have a new sort of leg down drawing, and wait for the pullback, come back again. At the moment the CCI is going up, and we will see that one. Australian yen was another one. Just I'm not really much to try there, but that was another missing. So if we were to set up over here, maybe we could have there. I think the trade was there, but anyway, so it's a good candle. It's now in a double bottom of the market if we're looking over here. So that's very important. We are in a shopping level. We know what happened when the market hits levels like this one. Levels like always looking to the left, always looking to the left, and when we have the weekly with it. So here it's just a matter of waiting the pullback way up. So it's in the top of the list, very strong. We will see that one there, so we can't miss on that one, and possible that now the longer that goes. So what I normally now do with it with here, and that's tomorrow will be continue looking to that. That was the Australian yen. So in this one, what I have now is from here to where it is, I keep following the price until the market completely come down and do the new one, and then we lock in that. And now this is now where my target could be. For example, I'll explain you more than this. So when the market start running down, so let's see, first of all, breaks the trend line, all right? So let's see that, and then we trade the first breakout, whatever it is. But then the second trade is happening. So until that, we don't have a retracement, but we keep following that. Until this one, we don't have a retracement, and we just keep moving the Fibonacci until what? Until that, and now we have a retracement, and then we lock in that one there. Because now from here, when we have the first day down, we trade, and that's a nice 200 pips. And the next one, nearly for now. We said as well that once the first target is reached, we very comfortable can move to the bodies, and the body, and then we will get the second area. So the bodies is very important. Whether we do or one corner, whatever corner we decided, we're still getting that. So for the first target, I think so it's no problem for the tails or the wicks of that, and we get that one there. So that's it. From there is 210, and then whatever entry is there, then we can move that one there. But that's the way that it's good to. So at the moment, this is now my potential target. Now I like this target because it's a lot of support over here. There could be resistance for that. So now when the market comes, I hope it comes at least the 50%. And from that point, it would be a nice 260 pips, or 200 pips would be nice to do that one. Okay, so that's a good way to do that there. But we need to wait. So I don't see much trade. Now this one was kept last week, so we did that one there. Nothing happened the first day, but the second day, which it was a little sort of a pin reversal bar, went up. Now the order got triggered on the pullback, so that this is when we're looking over there. The market went up, come back down, hits over here, managed to put the break even over there, and that's now is running quite nice and quite strong. So that's already a winning from the for the week, you know. So that's after I closed such a good trades, and the stop loss were very little. So you know, you why not to leave that one there. So that was works in my direction. This one, and I can leave that, and now it's completely about. So here at the moment it's just, you know, wait for the pullback. So the pullback was here, the break was over there, and everything was in that time there. US yen, we were looking to go short. As you know, we have that break over here. The market came over there. That was a bit risky, as we say last week, because everything was below to the 50. So we continue looking every pullback and daily candle down, as we see over there. That was, you know, complete rejection candle, a bullish rejection candle, but we didn't close any about yet with that one. There was the next day, and now it's running. So that was go close up 10 pips down. So that's fine. You know, we're not meant to get every trade in here. Now here we got a crucial example. You know, the market breaks, as you see. I move the Fibonacci over there. The market comes down over here. That's the day that it triggers us. Everything the RSI and CCI is about. So the only thing we put the EA and this day, so comes from negative to positive. The market rejects to the midline. Uh, um, 30 pips, and that one there survives all the noise. Back in now to that, I could say when this one is going. So two currencies is already in nice profit, and that one I left from the last week. Pound yen. Now we got a weekly over here. The monthly sort of kind of dodgy. We got a nice trend line, 3 points, 1, 2, 3 points. The market breaks. I don't know if later today I might ended up putting that trade at London time. You know, Monday morning normally it is a bit tricky. So what we're going to do with that one is just that. So we're looking to buy. So I want to wait to the midline over here, and 30, 35, yeah, 30 pips should be enough for that trade. And you know, so we'll see that one there is it's a bit just the break is happening over here. Here we don't have the break yet. You know, very easy the market can come and reject over there, but we'll see. Time will tell us. Pound Australia, we did another nice trade as well over there, and that's the trade. So we managed to the market pull back 62 pips, then went back to the midline, get a trade, and now is, you know, maybe 10 pips. Stop loss is still a nice target to follow, and we'll see that one how it ended up. That's the one we missing. So when that happened, the 24th, which was Monday, and yeah, so it should be, you know, right over there. Put the trade, put the thing, and we could get, but we were waiting for another one there. So we miss. You see, that's the mistakes I did. But aren't you glad that even if we do mistake, we're still getting some pips out of the market? So that's a very comfortable feeling, because you don't need to be right all the time. Make, you know, that, you know, we do a lot of mistakes and miss some trades and gotta stop out. But at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, we still betting it. So now here definitely we need to wait for a pullback when the market is above over here. So here it's been a long time below, breaks over there, comes down, backs again over there. So that's the second break up. So when you see a second break up from there, it could be now a very long-term move, and that's no good for me because I have to cash on US dollar, and I wish that I would have done last week. Now that's a few dollars down for converting from US to Australia. So there we have a double bottom of the market. The month finished quite strong. This is the first month that is turning around. So that could be good news. So keep an eye open with Australia. Are we going to turn around now? Euro Australia, we did a manual trade right over there when everything, line up. So in the monthly has finished quite weak, as we can see over there, and the resistance is heavy. So we got the three candles turning around now. So, and there we are. We are about to get the target from there in the manual trading without the EA, and that could be good for that one to see there. Pound Canadian, we don't have nothing until we don't see a pullback. We still look in the direction of the weekly. So, and everything here is telling us don't try to that. Now, one of the beautiful things in this one over here is the power of trend lines and the power of looking, where precisely things happen over there. So that could be a good example on the pound Canadian. Let me see if I go to the default. So if we look in here, the pound CAD. Whoop. So one of the key always is going to be, on the weekly time frame, draw your trend lines. Draw the trend lines like this one over here. All right. So that's the key number one. Draw the trend lines in the weekly. Make sure you have a monthly shopping levels, which is very clear. If we're going over there, look at there. That's where we got. So that's definitely a level, shoulder, head, and shoulder. That's a big move. So we come in the weekly. That's the weekly trend lines. We come in the daily, and that's we readjust the there, and there we are. And then the magic. What is the magic, Rita? The magic comes after that. There we want to test that breakout. We have done monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, and what is next? The daily breakout. And on this daily breakout, if we look in, this is the 13th of May. And if we look in here, 13th of May. And that was music started. Can you see that? So that's it. That's the whole system. Now, when this is trading against the weekly candle close. Sometimes we're going to be trading with the weekly candle close when the market does pulls like this one and come back down again. So that's the 30th of May. So we come here on the 30th of May, and that's the 30th of May. Below to the 50, touch the 50, comes down again. OBB is in his run, and then again pulls up again, comes back down again. 14th of June, and if we look in the 14th of June, there it is. And again, the market goes up again. So now we don't have to draw trend lines because here is all weekly lows, 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 lows. This is two weekly highs. So that's where we draw over there. Then the market comes again. Another beautiful setup over there. That's on the 25th of, and that it is the 25th of June. And again, so if we get lost, whose fault is? Yeah. If we do mistakes here, who made the mistakes? Not the system, not the program, is us, isn't it? All right, so that was there. So at the moment we waited for the pullback day down, and then we entered back into that trade. Euro pound we have over there, nothing really until now. We're still looking looking to go long. Keep looking now. This is the beginning of the month, so I will be keep looking for my trend line breakout and see this one over there. I always look reversal opportunities, and this is why I need to keep the eye open for it. Pound US, we got a trade still running over here at the moment. We're looking to go buy, sell, sorry, and the stop losses over there because of what we did have last week. So we'll see that one, especially over here. We were still below to the 50. Now you see that here we were not either close, so we preempted that trade because of that candle, because of the trend line. But let's see. Now that's sometimes little mistakes that we do, but it is fine. Pound Swiss, nothing really much happened. US Canadian, the same was another trade, good trade there. We closed out and get some profits. Euro Canadian still running at the moment. So as we see, we were looking to trade over there. We um, the market did not. Sometimes the market does not retrace to the midpoint, but look, sometimes it's going to happen. But now, how good has been all week the midpoint retracement trades? So why to change it? Yes, the market goes, but sometime it's going to retrace. So did retrace over here, came back down. We are completely in a profit, and now let it run over there. And now if I do the target from here to there, my goodness, it's going to be a big target for the week. So we're already starting with a very good week before that. This one turned around, the US Swiss, the gap of the market comes, so minus 21 pips, that's fine, but it's still looking only one direction, the direction. Everything above the RSI 50, we're looking to long, everything below, we're looking to short. The CCI, we're waiting for the retracement, and every time below 50 is a good trade today. And the last one, Euro US, we have still a nice breakout over there. The monthly has finished quite strong. So keep an eye. The first day up, it will be a good trade for that one over here. Time will tell us. Now, what we incorporate is gold, silver, S&P 500, Australian 200, and the Dash, um, and then some bitcoins as well to follow up this week over here. So the market has gap very much. So we have done it quite okay, to this trade. And so at the moment we're waiting for a beautiful date. Futures normal sometimes we start working in the afternoon. Gold sometimes start working in the morning. And we'll see. U.S. oil as well. We did some $4. We did over there, so the market went a bit more. Now it's coming back. It did gap. You see that from the close to the open of today, it has gap up. And remember, there is a meeting of the OPEC, and that could be quite nice. Now, the monthly is interesting. What did you see in the monthly over there? So the monthly, it has an ABC up, and that it is very, very, very interesting where it is at the moment, because is that a good sign for oil to go up? So that's powerful. What we see over here, that's definitely ABC setup. Uh, Big space. We were looking at ABC on the bearish, but now we're looking at ABC on the bullish side. Now here is telling us that keep watching that when this thing is turning around. This could be a good commodity trade as well. S&P 500 last week, again, what we did last week, we know that the pullback normal comes to a level of support. Everything was right over there in the same date, in the 28th of June. So we set up a trade buy. Now it's on a break even, and the market is running there. Now the monthly finish up. We thought this one was a double bottom on the market. It looks like everything that was when China, and America got into economical financial war, and but now things are sorted out. Mr. Trump said, "No, I'm not going down." He looked up, came to the chat, looked at here is a point of support, and said we're both going up, and what a run over there. Now the same day that it breaks, match with the RSI and the CCI perfectly when this one did run over here. So the S&P 500 up, Australian 200 will follow up as well. So that date, so look, today could be a good opportunity if the market is open already, because when I start doing this chat, it was closed. Let me see if it's now on, because I was looking to. There it is that's today. So come to the 1 hour, and now I can maybe set up a buy stop in this area right over there, and the stop loss could be below over here. And the stop loss could be over there. So that's in the 1 hour. So that's how I normally do. We come to the daily. we're still looking. This is a quite nice, strong day, and maybe at the moment it's just pulling up. Now, as it is, as I say, when we see this trend line 3 bars break out over there, watching out, and look what has done it from there. And the first ABC in the weekly, and there it is. It's just no stop for the Australian 200 markets at the moment. So then we have the Dutch, the Germans thing. So that's exactly now. This is a different way to format that I have. The same thing. The market always look where the market might come back. Came to the GC, very strong candle over here. Comes over there, touch the CCI and the RSI, put the trade. Now it's running beautiful. So we're gonna keep this three major index at the moment, every day, and looking over here. And there it is, Bitcoin. So as we're looking, this is the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So every time we have a break, and the CCI breaks over there, so we're gonna keep looking in that one. So now here we got a break in the daily. This one might open, I think it later today, so I will set up a buy order over there. Now, one of the things, because the market was not open the moment I was doing the chat, so we see that one there. But as soon the market open, I'll see the CCI and the RSI going in the up direction. So that's a good way now to trade the cryptocurrency as well. Looking there, once a day. Coin3 is a good exchange for that one. So when I need some Bitcoin, just go over there. And then, I bought Bitcoins and Litecoins, and Ethereums, and all these around this area when I saw that on the weekly, come to the daily, and now is let's see this one there. We're still waiting for a month of retracement over here. It hasn't happened. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of retracement. It is under 10,000 US dollars at the moment sitting, and this thing is very volatile. So be very careful. I always recommend never to go overboard with Bitcoin, because cryptocurrencies can go. One day it is very up, and the other day it's very down. Ethereum has a gain, so set up over here. As I say, the market was not yet open. Just put a buy stop, and the good thing is that is in a level of support. Comes over here. The Friday finish positive, and everything looks there. So we just need to wait for that. And the last one is Litecoin, which is, I like Litecoin because as you can buy a few coins around that. I really recommend, if you have $70 or $100, instead of going to the movie. Let's say you come to Cairns Fishing with me. Maybe that costs you $1,000. Get one of those ones. You're never gonna get wrong. Look how this thing has a momentum behind it. Every retracement is an opportunity to buy. So yeah, so get in touch with that. Like I said, $100 here, there, with this cryptocurrency. Who knows where they're going to go in the future with this one. So that was a nice pullback. So that's a nice opportunity. The market is turning around. So keep an eye with that one over there. All right, my friends, we finished for the day. There's no more to say and done it. And we're looking tomorrow. See, normally Monday morning, the market is a bit sluggish in the way that, could be tricky directions. So we'll see what happened tomorrow and or tonight 7 there, and then we will be in touch. Have a beautiful day, and Lawrence, I will send you the link and everything to start working with you. Okay, give me, maybe I have to compress the video, and give me maybe just a good 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I send you, if that's okay with you. And all right, okay, cheers, thank you, and bye.